A really challenging part about having a chronic progressive disease, in my case, ankylosing spondylitis, a form of inflammatory arthritis, a really challenging part is, even when we're doing well, we're doing better, some days are better than others, we can still kind of have that uneasy feeling, that anxious feeling. How long is this going to last? Am I going to feel better forever? You know, when you hear progressive, when you hear chronic, you're always thinking about the other side. How long am I going to feel good for? What's the point? I'm just going to feel worse eventually. And that's something I've struggled with over the years, because I've gone through periods of sciatica, limping around, but I've also gone through periods of feeling pretty good, playing basketball, playing sports. So the ups and downs over time has really made it hard for me to know, where am I at on this journey? Am I doing good? Or maybe when I'm going through a flare, in my mind, I'm doing horrible. So it's really hard to find that balance of, where am I at with this? Am I going to get much worse? How could this get much worse? You know, when you're really struggling with spondylitis, when things are tighter, stiffer, maybe you have something like sciatica, you're limping around. In that moment, you're thinking, how much worse can this get? This seems like the worst case scenario, right? And it's really hard to determine, how bad is this? Am I doing okay? And I wanted to share an anecdote recently about, I was going through a really high stress period, and I kind of tweaked my back a little bit. My hip was tight, but in my mind, because I was so stressed during that time, I thought I was in the worst place possible with AS. I was like, AS finally caught up to me, right? You know, how am I going to even work anymore? I truly thought, as a personal trainer with AS, who I work with clients with AS around the globe, I truly thought, how am I going to do this job anymore? My back has never felt this bad, and I was combining my stressful period in my life with the pain, and I was really amplifying the pain, right? I was thinking that was the worst it's ever been, and maybe that was true, but the stress that I was putting on it was causing it to be so much worse. And also, a lot of folks with AS do this. We want to just kind of crack our backs and get the tension out as best we can. And I was overstretching, and I was making things much worse, right? And I finally got better when I focused on everything, and I tried to find balance. I tried to, the mental health stuff, just lower the stress in any way I could, using any methods I could. I was just trying to lower the stress, take a breather, and try to get my mind off the back a little bit. And as time has gone on, the past few months, I've been able to, feel pretty good again. I'm feeling great, and it was really a period that I was making things much worse. So I just think it's so important. We have to try to find balance somehow. Keep moving in any way you can. If you're really struggling with something, try to keep everything else in the body moving. So if you are going through a period of a flare, just things aren't moving well, just try to keep moving in any way you can, but think about everything. Nutrition, if you like to meditate, mindfulness, do anything you can. You'd like to use the sauna, any hobbies you like to do, just try to keep moving, try to keep going in any way you can. I went through this very high stress period, but I kept trying different things during this period. I just said to myself, I have to just keep moving in any way I can. And eventually, the problem I had in my back went away. Now I'm feeling much better, and I look back and I just can't believe the stress I put on myself. We can't figure this thing out all at once. With AS, we just gotta take it day by day, keep going, and don't let some of these small things take you to a place of, I'll never get out of this, because life will go on, and we're gonna just keep working on it. We're gonna keep moving. See you next time.